Good afternoon, folks. This is the final lecture summary. This is the final video that I'm going to create for CRIM 106. This week there's no lecture. I just wanted you to focus on your proposals, okay? Please, if you look at the final page of the syllabus, these directions have not changed, okay? This is still due in 1 week. This is still due on May 18th, okay? So you have 1 week to put this stuff together, all right? So remember, the final proposal, please, we're pretending that you're planning to do research in the future. You are not actually doing research in the future. You're just proposing it. You're pretending that you're going to be doing some field research in June and July and August, blah, blah, blah. Remember, for this paper, there are 5 sections. The project summary. Please look at the directions under assignments. Please look at the directions on the syllabus, the final page. There's 5 sections. Project summary, literature review, methodology, field notes, and preliminary analysis. For the project summary, a 1-page typed and double-spaced section where you introduce your research question, you introduce your hypothesis, and you introduce what are the problems. What is the issue that you're studying? Why is this important? In that 1 page, I want you to explain why your research is important. Second section, the literature review. Please take the comments that I give you, and I'm going to be giving you comments very quickly this week on how to change that section, the suggested changes that I make for that. The literature review is the section where you explore who else has tried to research your question. Who else has tried to answer your question? So in the literature review, you're doing at least 3 summaries of 3 different readings that speak to your research. You're identifying the major concepts, and you're explaining what you have learned from those readings. Yes, I do require citation in the literature review section. Then is the methodology section. By now, I've given you your comments back, and I expect you to make those changes in the methodology section and put them in the final proposal. So 3rd section of the final proposal, methodology. You are speaking in the future tense. It is all future tense in the methodology. You're explaining what you're going to do. You're explaining who you're going to be talking to. You're explaining hypothetically where you're going. You're explaining hypothetically how long this research is going to take. And you have to provide some operational definitions for the concepts that were in the literature review. Please define things that may seem ridiculous to define, but you have to have definitions so that other people, you have to think about it this way, so that someone else can pick up your research and do the exact same research. They should get the same results if they follow your definitions for what it means to be a drug dealer, race car driver, for what it means to be a food vendor. I want you to define those terms and what they mean to you, exactly, specifically what they mean to you. And the methodology section is in the future tense. The field notes section, the 4th section, again, please look at my comments that I've given to you about your field notes. Your field notes is an example for the methodology. In the methodology, you said, here's what I'm going to do. In the field notes, you're saying, here's what I have done. Here's a small sample of what I've done already. So remember, I was saying that you're going to actually do 10% of the research, and you're going to propose 90%. So the field notes is that 10%. And in your preliminary analysis, what I'm asking you to do is to explore whether or not your research question has changed. And because of the field notes, because of the research you did in your field notes, what do you think about your research now? And what direction do you think it should head in? And then also get a little bit into the meaning of things. In your field notes, I want you to report things as they are. In your preliminary analysis, I want you to interpret what you saw. Again, remember I was saying like the difference when it comes to like when you're doing conversation analysis, for example. You're talking to somebody, they answer a certain way. That's in your field notes. And then in your preliminary analysis, you could say like, well, because they answered this way, here's what I think they actually meant. This is an example. When I asked them if they were racist, they said, no, how dare you say I'm racist? So in words, it's like, no, how dare you say I'm racist? But then there's actually the inflection in their voice, there's the volume, and that volume speaks volumes, if you will. They feel really embarrassed about it. So maybe that says that there's something going on beyond their words. So again, also, yes, you could say that there's a 6th section in this proposal of a bibliography. I do want citation. I do want citation wherever you quote somebody. And the 6th section will be a bibliography. Again, I don't care about APA, MLA format. Those things don't matter to me as long as you use one of those formats or a footnote format or something to show me where you got your research from, especially in your literature review, okay? So, take all my comments, put them together in the final proposal. Remember, there's 5 sections. You've written 3 of them already. You got 3 sections done. They're done already. They're done. Now all you got to do is write the first and the last section, and you're good to go. Please hand this to me by 5 p.m. on the 18th under assignments. If you're having trouble there, just email it to me by 5 p.m. on May 18th. When I say hand it to me, you're not physically handing me a paper. You're either submitting it under assignments or you're emailing it to me, okay? If you have any other questions, I will field them. And I guess that's that. This is my final video. Thank you all for a great semester. And that is all. Everyone take care. Maybe I'll see some of you this summer during my summer courses. All right, take care until then.